great day. Okay, I am going to now have a little bit of a transition myself. Okay, Mig, are you there? And would you be able to share with us where we are on our thermometer? Let's just check it out. There we are. It just keeps climbing up, 24,289. And can you switch over to the one with the directions of what people would need to do if they want to give, how they do it, what happens when they text to that number? So you go ahead and you text PBD Strong to 44321. That happens first, and then you get a text with a link that allows you to donate to PBD Online. You right on your phone, you can fill out the form and click submit. And we appreciate every single gift. All of it matters. A lot of littles add up to a big, we're always saying. So thank you so much. I do want to thank a couple more donors before we get ready to bring in our next interviewer and guest. So a huge, as always, thank you to one of our biggest and longest term supporters, Suzanne Hittman. Suzanne, if you are out there, we love you and we cannot thank you enough for all that you have done for us. More big, huge thank yous coming out to the Dixon family, to the Peary Foundation. We love you, Peary Foundation. To Leland Petitjean. I don't know if I said that right, but I hope I did. And we thank you for your donation. Darlene Sondergaard, Carol and Vern McDonald, Carol, to the UD Family Foundation, Amber Lynn Jones, and Hannah and Landon Anderson. Thanks to all of you. Thank you so much for your gift to Pacific Ballroom Dance. We couldn't do it without you. All right, I'm gonna see if we are ready to go. Our next interviewer is Miss Cam Briggs. Cam, are you there?
Yes, I am.
All right.
My touch screen is not starting my video.
That's all right.
I'm pushing it 1,000 times.
It's like your glamour shot. You look very beautiful. Okay.
Does someone else have to do that for me? Because I'm touching it a zillion times and it let me unmute myself, but it won't let me start my video.
Well, you have to actually start your own video because we don't want to take anyone by surprise by starting a video when they aren't ready for it.
It's just not letting me.
Okay, well, keep trying.
Okay.
And we love your smile in your picture, so you can go and go ahead and introduce.
Okay, I think here I am.
Oh, there you are. There you are. You look so pretty.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll stop with the compliments and I'll let you get on with your interview.
Thank you, Heather. Well, this afternoon I get to introduce you to two of my favorite dancing classrooms people. Are they up there and ready to? I want to know they're there before I...
We're here.
Okay, there you are. All right. First, I want you to meet Miss Marcia Henderson. She is a 5th grade teacher at Sunrise Elementary, and we have been partnering together for 10, 11 years, I think, with dancing classrooms. And I feel very fortunate and lucky, and I consider you a colleague and a friend, and I am grateful for that. And also joining her today is her lovely and sweet and kind daughter, Megan. And was a participant with Dancing Classrooms as a 5th grade student this year. And she also is part of the PBD family on the preteen show team. And so we're going to get a chance today to talk to both of them about their experiences with both Dancing Classrooms and being a part of our PBD family. So welcome today. Thank you, ladies, for joining us this Saturday. I hope you're staying well and healthy and dry. It's a little rainy out there.
We are wonderful. Thank you.
Good, 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 good. So I am excited to turn back the clock a little bit and ask you, Marcia, to remind me how Dancing Classrooms got started at Sunrise. What was going on with your cohort of 5th grade students in 2009 that made you look for something like Dancing Classrooms?
About 10 or 11 years ago, our PE teacher went to a conference and met up with you or Christine Franz. Somebody was presenting at Dancing Classrooms at a conference, and she brought it back and asked our 5th grade team if we would be interested. Joanne Amberg was our PE teacher, and she totally believed in the arts and not just, you know, and movement, but she also believed in the visual arts as well. And once she told us about it, we were kind of hesitant because it was something new and it was not part of our PE program that it would take into our academic day. And at that time, we had some students that we felt needed some more social skills. And so we said, why not? Why not try it and see how it goes? And from the first day you were our dance instructor, and from the first day you walked into our building and got some of our reluctant students up dancing and interacting positively with their peers, I was hooked. And it brings a smile to my face every time we start. And I get so excited when dance is about ready to start, and watching the kids' anxieties and their emotional transformation over the 10 weeks.
It is quite a transformation, and it never ceases to amaze me either. You'd think after doing it this long that I'd quit being surprised, but I'm not, and I cry still at almost every culminating event, thinking back to the progress that so many students have made. So you mentioned that some of your students needed the socialization. They needed kind of some of the proper guidelines for manners and niceties and things like that that Dancing Classrooms provided. So what would you have to, but it's something that you've continued year after year after year at Sunrise, and obviously the needs of your classes change with each year. So what would you say to the people who maybe say something, well, I can see why it's an important program if you have a group of kids that are struggling and that have issues, but why not just bring the program in periodically when needed? Why is it something that's been so important to Sunrise to continue to do year after year, regardless of specific needs that you might see?
The program is more than just dancing, as many people have said already. It's even the strong students learn something from this dance experience. You know, academics is not for everybody. Not everybody is strong academically, and they need an avenue where they can be top dog. And I've seen a lot of students rise up to the occasion of dance, and their confidence level, the way they carry themselves is much stronger. It's also humbling for those strong academic students to see the light of somebody else rising up, and it's humbling to them to say, oh, they're just as equal, and it's real enlightening. I've seen Megan's confidence in everything she does improve through the last couple of years, especially since she started dancing. You know, academics, another thing that where I see it is I don't ask my students to do something that I'm not willing to do myself. So part of the process of dancing classrooms is me getting out there and dancing with my students in an appropriate way. And in dancing with them, I'm able to connect with them at a different level, and it transfers over to academics. I can relate their struggle in learning dance moves to, hey, try that process that you were going through with dance on this math problem or something like that. It's for every child. And I've seen a lot of leaders come out of our classrooms in the school system because this breaks down those barriers.
So that leads me to another thing I wanted to bring up, and that is the idea of alumni and how you've seen it affect your students, not only within your classroom, but years later as they leave. And it made me think of a great thing that you did last year that you and I have been trying to put together for a while, and that was our kind of alumni fundraiser that you did with the Enumclaw participating schools. So tell me a little bit about why you thought that was important and what alumni have had to say to you about dancing classrooms as they've come back. And then it'll be your turn, Megan. Last question for your
mom. Because they only have had 1 year in dancing classrooms, and many students and parents were missing it. And many parents have said, oh, I wish they could have done that in the 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, and so on and so forth. And that fueled a fire inside of me to, well, number one, fundraise for being able to fundraise for keeping the program alive in Enumclaw. And the second thing is, I want to see if anything stuck with those kids. And I had some students come back. There were students that joined it, they from other schools and at the reunion, and they did it because they wanted to continue dancing. They wanted to shake their pockets. What the freshman couple that came, they were boyfriend and girlfriend, and
it was so cute.
And,
that was the cutest thing ever.
And they reminded me that they were dance partners in 5th grade, and they were Colors of the Rainbow, I think, partners, and so on and so forth. And we don't encourage relationships, but that sparked a friendship in 5th grade that continued as of that time was their freshman year in high school, and they were best friends and ended up dating. So it's just I did the reunion because I wanted to see if it still was in the kids, and there were so many students that weren't able to make it, but I
know we had big plans for this year, darn it. And
I know. So anyway,
all right, Megan, it's your turn. So you've known dancing classrooms was coming for you for a long time. And I was curious, do you remember your first memory of dancing classrooms?
Maybe not clearly, but I do remember going to all the kickoffs from like when I was 2 all the way up to like now. And now since I'm dancing in the kickoff, it's like really like eye-opening that I like used to watch that, and now I'm in it.
So
I
was
don't
there
really remember.
That's okay. I didn't know, right? Because I know that you were kind of around Sunrise a lot before you were a 5th grader. So what were you looking forward to? Why were you looking forward to participating in dancing classrooms this year? Especially because you have danced at PBD already, so you could have been, whatever, it's just dancing classrooms. But did you feel that way? Were you excited to participate with your classmates?
It wasn't really like, oh, whatever, like I like already am doing this like as a like sport like after school, but I was more like really excited to like share it with my friends and how like fun it can be, and it's not just like, oh, it's dancing, it's just for girls. Like the boys really had fun too.
That's great. Is there one thing that, or even a couple things that you can think of that maybe surprised you about how it impacted your class or your classmates? Maybe someone that you thought would struggle and didn't, or maybe someone who really struggled but then grew from the experience and ended up having a good time, or even just a silly experience. Anything you want to share that really stands out to you about your participation this year?
It really it really surprised me like how some of the boys reacted like with dancing. Like some had a really fun time and some were even in tears, but they overcame those tears and actually like wanted to keep dancing and stuff like that.
That's good. Well, I also wanted to thank you for bringing so many of your classmates to the studio for our first Dancing Classrooms Academy. How was that? Did you enjoy participating in that? Was the talk in the carpooling on the way to the studio good? Were you guys excited?
Was so pumped to like go. They were like, oh, I can't wait to like see your dance studio. Like a lot of the people that I invited have wanted to continue in it, so maybe next year. Yeah, I think they really enjoyed it, and so did I.
That's good. Well, both you, Megan, and your mom have been such great supporters of Pacific Ballroom Dance and Dancing Classrooms both, and we just can't thank you enough for the positivity and the support that you bring. It helps me on like down times or times that, might be a struggle. Not all of our participants sometimes is equally excited, and so it's nice to run across those that are from the very beginning. It's just as rewarding at the beginning as it is at the end. My last question for each of you, if you want to take it, or Marcia, if you want to, however you guys want to do it. It's a big ask. This is a tough time for a lot of people financially, and there's a lot of unknowns out there. So what is it that sticks out to you as being the most important reason for people donating to Pacific Ballroom Dance today? And why is Pacific Ballroom Dance an important part of your life?
You want to go first? Okay, the interaction with Pacific Ballroom, when you walk in the doors, as somebody, I am not a dance mom, just letting you know. When you walk in those doors, they welcome you, and it's such an inviting organization. They make you feel like family. Last year, when Megan was a part of just pre-bronze class, and we went to the spring show, Megan walked out of the spring show crying. She was just an audience member. She walked out crying and said, Mom, we're going to go tomorrow to the show again. And Mom, I have to be a part of that family. I have to be a part of that. And so that fueled a fire in her to want to be more involved in teams and be in the productions. And I just see her confidence rising. But ultimately, dance is such an avenue for kids to build their social skills. The program is so positive. People are so giving of their time in Pacific Ballroom, and I just love the Pacific Ballroom's organization, and everything's so positive, and Dancing Classrooms is wonderful as well, and I want to keep seeing the organization grow and continue.
Thank you so much. I can't agree more. I definitely consider PBD part of my extended family as well. Thank you, ladies, both so much for your time. I miss your faces, and I wish I could give you both huge hugs. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you.
You
Thank
too.
you.